welcome. We're gonna listen to a local artist doing a Nirvana mashup. What's up, Brad? Turn back. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever debt to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever debt to your priceless advice. What's up, Brad? Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful, is it the weekend? Who knows? Are you having a wonderful life? Just be having a wonderful life, okay? So I don't have to fucking know what day it is. By the way, I'm Rob. I'm a masshole, former addict, believe in Black Jesus and Black Santa. Don't tell the kids. And the Black Panthers. Orphaned at a young age, homeless multiple times. And I'm still here and kicking, folks. I'm still fucking here and kicking. And the masshole part I was telling you about is you have to be careful. I use naughty words. Jesus, forgive me. Where are you? He always is sneaking up on me. Here's the thing about using bad words is Jesus don't give a shit if I say some bad words because the president is a graper. You know what I mean? So I think there's bigger sins to fry, if that's the saying. And I would implore you to hit subscribe, join the family like Rad did. Tax the millionaires, yet 21,000 homeless in Boston. We're working on it, dirty money. Don't you fucking tempt me with a good time. We'll tax them at 100%. We'll turn them into 100,000-aires. Is that what you're looking for? Because we could do it, baby. We could do it. But thank you. That's a small number, 21,000 homeless. How many homes do you think we have empty in Massachusetts? I guarantee you there's at least 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 homes for every one homeless person here in Massachusetts. So thank you, dirty money. Welcome to the radical left Antifa headquarters of the live streaming world. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what this is. You know what I mean? Is it a show? Is it not a show? We're gonna get back to Bunk Bed Coffin. I wanted to tag him in this. You know, oh, what's up, Cage Shadowman? Cage Shadowman left an amazing post. I didn't realize how long it was going to be, Cage. I guess when you're talking politics, you know, the language has to be specific. But it was a long read, and it's absolutely gorgeous, spectacular. I wasn't reading for grammatical or spelling errors. If you need me to proofread it, I ain't your guy. But welcome. We're going to let some people roll in. I'm going to keep playing. I just wanted to pause the music, introduce myself, say hi to Rad, say hi to Dirty, not Dirty Money. You know, I don't even know if I'm going to allow people to chirp tonight. It's the weekend. I don't really go live on the weekends. I was thinking about starting a members club, you know, and keep like the price low and then just have members go live with me. So I could just check in with everybody, you know, because I just don't like these fascists that are chirping. I'm sorry. If you're going to bootlick for the billionaires, if you're going to bootlick for people to be homeless, if you're going to bootlick so your neighbors don't get health care, so old people have to give up their health care, so young people go hungry, if you're going to bootlick for that, I don't want to hear from you. In mine and Jesus's eyes, you are the spawn of Satan. I'm sure there's a loose quote in the Bible you can find him saying, "Get back from me, Satan, you selfish, greedy bastards, you swine." You know, when I'm bored, sometimes I like to imagine Jesus calling the Roman cops pigs. You know, you ever think, why didn't Mel Gibson put that in the movie? You know, the Roman cops are coming down. They're like, "We paid your man $30. Kiss him on the cheek. We're arresting him." And he's like, "You filthy pigs working for the state. I'm going to tell my father about this." And they're like, "Oh, another Nepo baby." And he's like, "Oh, son of man. Oh, I gotcha." You know, why didn't Mel, you freak, why didn't you put that in there? Because you know Jesus called them Roman cops pigs. Everybody knows it. Read the books of Enoch, okay? Or the Urantia. Jesus hated the police. Executed by the state, if you didn't know. Anyways, I'm getting way off track. See what happens, Brad? See what happens, Brad? Oh, what's up, Troy? What's up, Troy? How you doing? Hope you're having a good time. President Reagan is here. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. If you're new to the thing I do, we comment, we play music, local, real music by humans with souls. I'm going to play some more. His name is Bunk Bed Coffin. Put an @ with his name in it in the description so you can find him easily because he creates amazing music. If you miss that je ne sais quoi grunge flannel music of the 90s, this is your fix right here, Bunk Bed Coffin. So I got to let this play while I just wave to all of the family members here. I'm so happy. See, this fucking cheers me up. Seeing President Reagan, Troy, Rad, Cage. I love seeing you guys. How are you guys? What's going on in your world? What do you guys want to talk about? See, and that's what I want to do. I don't want these little dipshits that are chirping about homeless people. Wait, stop telling me how many homeless people are here and start telling me how you want to fix it, how you want to put every unhoused person in a house, okay? I don't want to hear about the numbers. I can go fucking Google for that. What are you, Googling stuff? Great. You know how to Google. Now Google how to fix it. Why don't you look up in Utah back in the late 90s when they almost know it was 2007? Sorry. Why don't you go look up how they almost eradicated homelessness in Utah? I tell people about it all the time. Let me get my book. It's in my book, okay? Rucker Bregman, Dutch historian, Utopia for Realists. Buy it. You can get it on sale for like $6. Buy it on eBay. Don't buy it from that cunt, Jeff Bezos. And in this book, we've done the reading. I pulled it up on screen. I showed you. He outlines how in Utah they eradicated homelessness almost 100%, and they saved taxpayers money because it was costing taxpayers about $13,000 every homeless person. And when they just gave people places to live with no strings attached, it only cost them $11,000. So it saved them money and did a good thing. And then Republicans came in and fucked it up. What do you know? Same old story. Same old story. Different pot to pee in. Let's get back to Heart-Shaped Coffin. Name of the song, Heart-Shaped Coffin by Bunk Bed Coffin. Go check him out. He's down. And Bunky, if you're here, say what's up, man. Say what's up. I don't know where Bunk Bed is. I don't know where Bunky is. I love him. I miss Kurt. By the way, that line right there is probably Kurt's greatest. Throw down your umbilical noose so I can climb right back. Oh my God, it's so good. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever dead to your process advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Oh, who's here that could delete? Alma's here. Hey, what's up, Alma? What's up, Alma? How are you doing? Hey, Alma, what would you say? And by the way, the comment you deleted, well, thank you. Delete whatever you want, Alma. You have free reign. You queen. You queen. You have free reign. Do what you want. Just don't get rid of the family members. You know, Cage, Rad. But other than that, free reign, Alma. Go for it. What you feeling, girl? Alma, you still in San Diego? Alma means soul. Oh, it's beautiful. I didn't know that, Rad. Did you see ICE retreating while demonstrators were kicking like the Rockettes? I know Rad's from Massachusetts. You fucking just dropped the Rockettes. Oh my God, that is so funny. You know I met them. I've met the Rockettes. Rad. You have to be my age. You are so funny. You speak my language. You speak my common tongue. Uh, leave Boston. Yep, still it's SD. Alma, between you and me, and let's see, the 100 people that are here, we're looking back in SD. Because family's getting older out there, so we're looking to go back maybe. By the way, the song's name is Heart Shaped Box, not Heart Shaped Coffin. Stars Fire. I know that's the original song, but Bunk Bed Coffin, the local artist, please go subscribe to him on YouTube. It's not an exact cover. He mashed up the cover. He calls them cover, or this one he calls Bunky version. So he retitled it because he did a little. You can hear the chorus. It's way different. I'll let it finish playing. And he titled this song. If you're going to search Bunk Bed Coffin, you want to hear the song, it's called Heart Shaped Coffin, which I love that title too. This fucking kid is so good. And yes, we're going to talk. I have some ICE audio to play for you. Some crazy stuff. And Rad, yes, I did see. ICE is terrified. You know, they're breaking the law. Here, hold on. Let me just pull. Let me just. And for the person who got muted, that said something about psychedelics. You understand? I would love to be on psychedelics right now. Are you kidding me? That's a medicine. That's an ancient fucking medicine. Do you have your head so far up your butt you not know what things are? That's interesting. Look into it. And scientists now and doctors now are proving that psilocybin is actually a great medicine for PTSD and microdosing. But us 90s kids that were psychedelic all the time, going to raves and listening to DJ Kyoki, we knew that shit. We were like, God damn, we're going to heal the world one day. You know, we were on ancient vision quests at raves, breakdancing. So saying this guy looks like he's on psychedelics is like an honor. You understand? Like, that's an ancient shamanic honor. Don't disrespect the fucking power of medicine. But yeah, ICE is terrified. That's why they wear masks. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to think about during COVID, we were terrified. We wore masks because you didn't want to get sick. Remember, a 9/11 was happening every like week or day. So remember that. These people are scared little boys. They're the Proud Boys, the popsicle stick Proud Boys. And they scared as fuck because as soon as that old Mick Hitler dies, old Mick Hitler's gonna kick rocks. We'll read his obituary. We have their names. And we know the violations. Everything's on tape. But let's finish a little Bunk Bed Coffin song, Heart Shaped Coffin. And I want to say thank you to Bunk Bed Coffin, if you see this later, for allowing me to use your music. I appreciate you so much, and I love your music. I listen to it all the time. Please put that on CD for me. Oh, I could probably do it, actually. I just got to go get the CD. Let's see. There's a Stars Fire. Thank you. There's a reason a police officer is supposed to give you their badge number, their name, and show their face, because they're civil servants serving the community. That's a great segue into... Here it is. I played some Black Panther audio for the other day, but the most American people out in the streets right now would be Chairman Paul Birdsong of the Black Panthers, and exactly to echo the message Starfire was saying, the Black Panthers in Philly and Chairman Birdsong are echoing that sentiment. Listen.
Won't no ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you that when I put a hole in their chest the size of a window, safe line repair, safe line replace.
This is a charismatic American warrior right here who's exercising his rights in the face of a tyrannical government. And goddamn, he's funny. I want to play this again. And Ice AJ ain't gonna run up on me. I'll put a hole in him the size of a window. And then he sings Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
No ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you they won't. I'll put a hole in their chest the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replace. That's what's gonna happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, fuck around and find out. Our interactions with the police and ICE, and we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable. We patrol the community and we hold them accountable. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now, you dig? Carry bigger guns and we don't take no shit. Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care to them and needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make sure that they're safe. Because them ICE agents ain't gonna act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. That means them shotgun shells that shoot out of a pump, they shoot them rapidly. If you are gonna legally arm yourself with something bigger than what they got. Those who serve in the public, they should be fearful of the public. They should be fearful that the public's going to be dissatisfied with their job that they're doing, not feeling like they're tyrants, not feeling like they're bullies because they got guns and body armor and walkie-talkies that makes them immune to whatever the people would do.
Did you hear that? I've said this on this channel since I started this, almost 2 years ago now. These politicians, these people in the public sector work for us. How do you think they're paid? Not the president. I know he takes bribes. And not his cronies. I know they all take bribes. I'm talking about traditionally. How do you think these public servants are paid? Like Chairman Paul is saying. They work for us. You go to work, I go to work, we pay our taxes, and they use that money. Not on our roads, not on our health care, not on our living conditions, not on our food, not on nationalizing the electric grid, not on high-speed rail, not on our buses, but they use it to fund ICE to put boots on your neck. Now, I know some of you white people might think, well, not me. I'll just wait. Oh, just wait. You're just next on the list. And you go, oh, not me. I'm a pedo protector. I voted for MAGA. Oh, just wait. Go ask the soy boy farmers down in Arkansas how they feel when Donald Trump came to say, I love you. And then he allowed the tariffs to decimate the region. You thought they wouldn't be next. They thought they wouldn't be next, but they were. And now they're forgotten about, and the news will not cover them, and they just have to lose their farms and suck it up, buttercup. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, which is such a garbage saying. I hate even saying, like, it's poison on your tongue, you know? How about we beat one of these billionaires with bootstraps? So it's good to see people out in the community understanding that when the police come, you are paying them. They should be acting appropriately. Not only that, they should be respecting your rights, and they should be terrified that they're going to lose their job because we employ them. They work for us.
I think you want to correct the ideology of the pig and the mentality of the slave catcher. You meet them with equal force. All power to the motherfucking people.
All power to the people.
No power to the pig.
No power to the swine. That's right. And now, I would like to play a couple of clips for those who keep chirping, like saying ICE is doing legal things, because they're not. They're violating an abundance of rights, privileges, really, against Americans. Here's a guy in Minnesota who was kidnapped by ICE today.
Today I got arrested for being in a street. I wasn't impeding traffic. I was just scolding Nazis for their bad decisions. And they can't.
And that is a protected First Amendment thing. We Americans are allowed to scold Nazis. They can't have bruised egos. I thought they were Proud Boys. How could a Proud Boy get a bruised ego? Interesting. Maybe they're really sad, desolate incel boys. Anyways, the popsicle stick Pride Boys need to understand the Constitution, and they don't, but, you know, 5th grade reading level and all. And they violated this man's constitutional rights.
came up, they lined up, and then they sprinted after me. And they chased me for blocks. I was running for my life. I was scared. I don't know what they're going to do to me. They're fucking Nazis. A woman was filming me from her minivan, and I begged her to let me in because I was scared. So I jumped in the back of her minivan, and you know what they did? They came up and they put a gun to her face. They pulled a pistol on her and put a gun to her face. This is not America. This is not freedom. This is fascism. It's here now. While I was detained, they put us into a cell without ventilation. They put us in there, and people were pepper sprayed, so we're just coughing the whole time. They didn't read me my rights. They didn't read any of their rights. No one got to speak to a...
Just so you know, like when people are like, oh, they're police, or you see the ICE with the police thing on, but no badge, just like a fucking Army Navy surplus store, vest that you could get, and it just says police. Like, I know people personally who have gotten court cases thrown out because they weren't Mirandized. Like, that's a common fucking knowledge thing. I mean, I know kids that know that. Jesus. And ICE is so fucking stupid. What are they, deputized by King Pedo Protector? Pedo Protector. Pedo Protector. Pedo Protector. That's like, what's it? Trump picks pickles in the pickle patch. Trump does deep knee bends in the pickle patch, right? That's one of them tongue twister things. Let's finish listening.
Lawyer. One man was in there. They beat his face in. He was bleeding. His face was smashed in for the crime of blowing a whistle in public. Wake the fuck up, America. Stop pretending like the midterms are going to save you. Get off your fucking asses and resist.
Oh, I love that man. I love that man. The problem with him is he sounds like TJ Miller. You guys remember TJ Miller? He was in Silicon Valley, that show, and he did Big Hero 6, and he's a great voice actor. And that guy sounds exactly like TJ Miller. So when I'm listening to it, you want to be inspired, but you're like, is this guy related to TJ Miller? He has that very raspy thing. And then, because people keep chirping, here is another video of this fine young gentleman. I'm going to let him tell his story. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to ruin it because I know there's a couple racists in there like, oh, he's brown, and their mind's going to go, to their racist fear thoughts. But if you've seen this video, if you haven't, this is stunning, shocking, and very, very anti-American what the Trump regime is doing. This is George Retes.
My name is George Retes. I was born and raised in Ventura, California. On July 10th, I was on my way to work, and when I arrived on the street that day, there was protesters. I encountered a line of ICE agents lined up across the road. I put my car in park. I'm a good distance away. I get out and I stand beside my car and I yell to the officers, I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm just trying to get to work. I'm not here to protest. They just immediately got hostile, telling me to pull over to the side, telling me to get back into my car. As I'm getting into my car, the agents surround my car, pulling on the door handles, banging on the windows, telling me to get out. Following that, they throw tear gas behind my car. I'm just there, coughing, my eyes watery, can't breathe. They reapproach my car, telling me to do different things, contradicting each other. I'm just trying to plead with them that I'm leaving.
This is a combat vet, George is, explaining to ICE, I'm trying to get to work. You should watch this video. It's put up by Home of the Brave. And ICE, in all their popsicle stick Proud Boy-esque idiocracy, just ignore him and then...
I'm trying to leave! My driver's side window just shatters. An agent sticks his arm through and pepper sprays me in the face. They drag me out of the car. They throw me on the ground.
I'd expect nothing less either from the Donald Trump regime, who had bone spurs during Vietnam. Just during Vietnam. We haven't heard about the bone spurs yet, but during Vietnam he had them. These are cowards. These are absolute cowards who are roving gangs of anti-American imperialists. That's all popsicle stick boys are.
An agent kneels on my neck and another agent kneels on my back. And while that's happening, I'm telling them I can't breathe. They zip tied my hands behind my back. They asked me for my ID once. I let them know it's in my car. Had they just looked at my ID, they would have seen that I'm a U.S. citizen, that I'm a veteran. I managed to make a call from my watch, and I call my wife and just let her know that I was detained by ICE. That was going to be okay. I didn't do anything wrong, and that was the last anyone heard from me. They eventually put me in an unmarked car, and they drive me to a Navy base in Port Hueneme. They take my fingerprints, they take my picture, and they swab my cheek. They put real handcuffs on my wrists, my ankles. They drove me to the downtown Metropolitan Detention Center in downtown LA. They strip search us, they take our picture, our fingerprints. I asked for a lawyer, asked when I would be able to make a phone call. They never gave me an answer. That entire first night, my skin burning, my hands burning, my face burning. It's the worst pain possible. Hardly even slept. I talked to a psychiatric nurse, and based off the questions I had answered, she felt...
I can't get into that because of YouTube stuff, but that's an Iraqi combat vet, George Retes, who ICE violated all his rights, imprisoned him, detained him, cruel and unusual punishment for trying to go to work. That's what he was doing. The protests were there, and he was trying to go to the work, and do the work. These are scumbags, remember that. Now, I really hate the bipartisanship of American politics. People treated like they are cheering on their team no matter what dumbass their team does. Exactly. 100%. Speaking of that, Starfire, you were like, you are kind of leading the show here, I should say. Because the next audio clip I have, oh, I forgot to include her. Her name is Sheila Zolnoor, Sheila Zolnoor. She has an amazing channel. So if you're into, all things that are happening in the world right now and a better perspective than Joe Rogan and the lamestream media. Remember, Joe Rogan is not counterculture anymore. He is funded by Peter Thiel, friends with Peter Thiel, friends with the president, and has a large audience, probably a lot of bots and a lot of incels, that has made him mainstream. He's mainstream. He's the lamestream media. I hate to break it to you. But if you want some kind of perspective that's going to have a good dose of truth in there, Sheila Zolnoor. I wanted to play this for you.
Guys, I'm so embarrassed. I thought the Democrats were going to fail us again. I thought there was no way that they were going to come through. And lucky for us, we have Tim Walz and Cory Booker, the man who doesn't have a speech impediment, but somehow manages to sound like he has a fucking speech impediment. We have them coming on television, on their little social medias, telling us to remain calm, telling us to let them murder us in the streets and, save your little cell phone footage because we'll use them in the trials one day, someday, maybe, as long as you vote for us. No promises or guarantees, guys. And while we're at it, we're definitely gonna approve the additional funding as long as they promise to get body cams. And you know what he's saying when he says that, right? I don't want your little cell phone footage. I want their body. I want the Gestapo's first-hand perspective. I don't care about yours. Meanwhile, he's also pretending like the guy who killed Good in Minnesota wasn't filming himself. You think the body cam is going to stop them? You think they've got shame? He filmed himself committing an execution. Cory. They don't give a fuck about us. I heard someone say earlier today that the reason that the Republicans do what their constituents want is because their constituents are crazy. Their constituents will do something. But the Democrats have convinced their constituents that we're the good guys. We're better than them. So you guys are going to remain calm, right? You guys aren't going to get crazy, right? You guys are going to be dignified, right? And so everyone just does nothing and lets them kill us. In effect, I mean, that's what it is, right? Stay calm, guys. If you must, Be peaceful. If you must protest, make sure that you're peaceful. And if you really want to rage, set yourselves on fire, just as long as you don't hurt a hair on the heads of the ICE Gestapo. Fuck you, Tim. Fuck you, Corey. Fuck your bullshit baby talk. If you're not going to do anything for us, you're leaving us no other choice. Guys, I'm so embarrassed.
I fucking love Sheila Zolnor. Like so many. There are certain people in this world that just speak my native tongue, and she's one of them. So please, I forgot to link her in the description. I promise I'll do it next live. Um, oh, by the way, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm Rob, former addict, former a lot of things, you know, orphan, former homeless person, uh, former activist, you know, now a hacktivist, keyboard activist, right? Isn't that what they like to say? But I'm not gonna shut up. That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm gonna keep saying that these Nazis are bad people. Bad people. All go to the Hague. Do not collect $200. Um, but Sheila Zolnor, check her out on YouTube. Absolutely fantastic channel. I'm glad she joined YouTube. I think there's these creators that are on TikTok and Mark Zuckerberg's Queef Media or whatever he's calling it now. I don't know. Is it a symbol? Who gives a shit? I'm not on any of that rubbish. But they're now coming to YouTube. So it's rad. It's rad to have this community here. And you could be part of this community. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hold on. What cage? Trent Batsky is a bot. Yeah, there's so many bots. They're trying to get their quota in so they could go back to Putin and be like, look at what we did. We so divide. And Putin is like, I need that Tim. I need that Tim Pool. He's such a cool guy. Pay him millions. You know, because Tim Pool, remember, he went on his podcast. He said, I'm the victim. Russia paid me millions and they tricked me. And I'm the victim. And if you listen to Tim Pool, you should just better if you went outside, dug a hole in the ground, and put your head in it and listen to the fucking vibrations. You'd get more information doing that. Okay? You understand me? Don't be a stupid fucking moron and listen to Tim Pool. Any person that goes on their own live stream and is like, guys, what a dunce, you know, what a bimbo moment, what a mimbo moment. But I just happened to take a few $1,000,000. Turns out it was from Putin. Whoops. Anyways, back to the news, guys. Good reporting here. You know, while he has Culture War streaming on the bottom. It's like, what? He's telling you he's a joke. You know, that's what he's saying. He said, me dum-dum. Me go 7th grade and dum-dum. Make millions from Russian sowing discord and fighting for a civil war in America. He's like the most anti-American live streamer. I can't wait till he's fucking gone. You know, that's a voice we don't need. You could hear more from a screaming child. Jesus. Love this. Well, I love your name, Stephanie. I'm gonna guess you're a teacher. I'm just fucking with you. Stephanie, hit subscribe. That's a cool last name. That's the other thing I like about YouTube. Finding all the savage cactus. Finding all the cool handles. Yes, we need your voices now more than ever. And yours. Yours is important too. Don't forget that. You know, it's not one person. It's a community. It's the people's core that can push for progress. Look at any movement in our American history, from fighting against slave catchers to women's suffrage to ending child labor to the civil rights and everything in between, union fighting, you know. I mean, at one point, you have to remember, at one point in this country, men, women, and children were all working. And the only thing that stopped that 7-day-a-week work and living in a company town, go to the desert where there were company towns because these gold miners could buy up everything and they would pay their employees in company bucks. Just like Elon, this is what I mean. None of this shit is new. Like Elon Musk, Palantir, Mark Zuckerberg, they want to create these company towns where they'll pay you in company money. You have to shop at the company store and you can't fucking leave and they control everything. And some of you morons are cheering that on. And I can tell you don't know your history because if you just look, I'm a paranormal dude. So I learned a lot of this stuff through paranormal stuff, but there's smarter people than I that I'm sure could teach you more about this. But there were company towns out in these mining towns. The company owned the whole town. They had one store, and the company would pay you in company dollars, which you couldn't spend anywhere in America except at the company store. So they exploited all the profit from the labor, and the people suffered. And what happened eventually in multiple different regions is they got together, they organized, they formed unions, and they were stronger together. One by one, talking to the boss. You ever done that? I've done it. I've negotiated alone and together. And let me tell you, when you have a group of people that can withhold your labor, just like when I was in radio, this was the biggest mistake my last show made. Alma, you'll appreciate this. In radio, we used to negotiate as a team. We were 5 people and we could go and negotiate with a billion-dollar fucking company, right? And our show was good. So we could go, we don't like your offer, maybe we'll go somewhere else. And they would go, wait, what are you looking for? They didn't want to lose the show. And the last contract I had with them, they staggered everybody's contract. So everybody was up. One person would be up at the first of the year, one person would be up halfway through that year, next person would be up 3/4 through that year, and the next person would be up a year and a half out. And I looked at everyone and said, this is fucking nuts. If the one thing we should do out of money, anything, I said, is we all stick together and we all fight to have our contracts together. And nobody seemed to care. And I was like, does nobody understand what this is, spreading us out, making you go in one at a time? You have no leverage. What are you going to do? Leave that show? Good luck. We'll replace you. But when the whole show can negotiate together, holy shit, that's when you get the fucking dollars. That's when they go, we don't want to lose you. And if they do, you go across the street and you go, hey, they're only offering this. And you lie because that's what companies do. It's business. It's not real life. It's all fucking make-believe. They made money up, people. So you go across the street and you go, hey, they're offering me 150,000. You could clearly do 200, right? And they would go, well, let's see. And they go, oh, we'd do 175. And you go, great. And they don't know that they only offered you 100,000. So you just got a 75,000 raise for fucking doing nothing, just being smarter than the average bear. That's a little life fucking coaching for you. I usually don't give that shit out for free. So hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. But that's how unions work. That's why I know they work. You know, life experience. It's that silly little thing you get when you're older. Not all of you, though, i.e. ICE. Sad little boys they are. So anyways, what were we talking about again? The company towns that they're trying to do again. And the reason that we're stronger together. That's it. We're stronger together. That was my whole point. Howard Stern negotiated for him and his team. You know Howard Stern's a unicorn? I'm sorry. If we could all be Howard Stern, yeah, that's how it could go. Thanks for the comment. Try to stay on the same page. Jesus Christ. United we stand. There we go. All power to the people. Stars Fire. I have to read all Stars Fire stuff because she's really leading the or he. Sorry, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I really don't know. Lady Wiser, double tap the thumbs up. Oh, Dusty's here. What's up, Dusty? I didn't even see you sneak in. How are you? I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Much love to you. Lady Wiser, double tap the thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. It's free. You just warm my heart. Thank you, Lady Wiser. That means a lot to me. There's so many negative people on here. You know what I mean? And they just can't stand it when I say, fuck you, Nazis. And if you got, by the way, if you got offended when I said that, reevaluate your life, you know, because most of the people, 165 people in here, because there's 168, we're like, yeah, F the Nazis. You know, we fought them before in a whole world war. So if you got upset by that, like reevaluate your life. You're no good. Okay. Stars Fire. How about stop trying to silence everyone who has an opinion that's different from yours? Why are you in the comment section bashing people for expressing their... Yeah, why are you in the comment section? I don't even know who Starfire is talking about, but I wholeheartedly agree with her. Why don't you go start your own live stream? Hold on, Alma. I gotta do a little work. Somebody's saying, pray that they injure ice. They slip on ice. That's weird. That's weird. Don't want people to get hurt. Unite the divide. These are American issues. It's not left versus right. Stop allowing politicians to divide and conquer. Hey, what's up, Jaco? How you been, man? Long time no see. Are things going well? I hope you're doing well. No violence, civility rules the day. Well, listen. I'm going to refer you guys to Tad Stormer here on YouTube. He's a resistance historian. I've played him before. I don't advocate violence, but history does. Fighting back does. I don't advocate it. Let me be very clear. I do not. I'm a lover. You know, I want to start dancing again. I used to break dance. What the fuck, man? You know, like, why'd I give that up? Life is so short, you know? And if they put on my gravestone, tried to break dance at an older age, looked kind of silly, but goddamn, guy had a move, I'd be happy. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I want. That's all I want. Wake you up when the revolution starts? Oh, shit, dog. You set your alarm and you woke up late. It's already begun. Look to Minneapolis. I'm so proud to be from a country where people like Minneapolis react like that. They got out in the streets. I've seen old white ladies. I've seen black folks, brown folks, white folks, yellow folks, all the folks. I've seen all the Rainbow Coalition come out like that. There were no questions, no answers. They said, you're going to infringe on our rights. We're in the streets. That is the most beautiful. I don't think I could take the cold, but if I could, I would move to Minneapolis in a heartbeat. No joke, just because of this community there. That's what you see there, community. That is what happened in the founding of this country, where I'm from. Okay, if you look to what happened in Boston, Concord, Lexington, we had red coats, just like today we have red hats. You know, there's red hats out there. They're loyal to a king. They're traitors to America. Just like a couple hundred years ago, we had red coats. They were loyal to a king, traitorous to what would be America. And you know what happened? Sam Adams was out in every fucking bar organizing. They were giving speeches. They were fucking forming the Sons of Liberty. It was a beautiful thing. They came together. One of the first people to die for the revolution, Crispus Attucks, a black man who was shot during the Boston Massacre when they were instigating. Listen, if your protest is nice and peaceful, it's just a parade, folks. Remember that. Look to history to see how we got shit done. And again, I don't advocate for violence. It's not in my heart. I'm a leftist. And some of you dummies don't know what leftists are. They're not Democrats. I've never been a Democrat in my life. I'm proud to say when I first registered to vote, I registered Green Party. I'm like really proud of that because I've never fucking fallen in line with these Democrats. So leftists aren't Democrats, folks. I hate that I got to teach this every time, but you know, there's morons everywhere. It is America again. They got rid of the Department of Education. Leftists want universal health care, universal basic income, housing for all, food is a human right, water is a human right. We don't believe in billionaires or corporations or all of that shit. You know, we think the workers are important. And there's one war, class war. The wealthy are very organized, very, very, very organized. And like Starsfire was saying, you know, this isn't left or right. I think it was Tupac who said, this isn't about the left or the right. We're from the bottom and we're coming for the top. That's class war. And it's important for you to understand that, especially if you get up and go to work. If you wake up in the morning and you go to work, you're in the working class. That's how it goes. Okay? You're not Elon Musk. He does not wake up and go to work, no matter what propaganda he tells you. He does not. Okay? No strikes, it hurts our resources. Oof, you better be careful what you're saying. Big strike, January 23rd, this coming Friday in Minneapolis. General strike. No school, no work, no shopping. I will not purchase anything. I will not go to work. But I'm not in Minneapolis. I'm just going to be live streaming and hopefully getting some good stuff on the feeds. But shut it down. Shut it down. Hold on. Here, let's see what Big Bill Haywood, an absolute monster in the union industry, said about it. If the workers are organized, all they have to do is put their hands in their pockets, and they got the capital class whipped. That's Bill Haywood, okay? Union organizer, legend. If we're organized, all we got to do is put our hands in the pockets. How do you think? Here's the funniest part that people don't understand. How do you think politicians, police, all these motherfuckers get paid? ICE? Who do you think's paying for ICE? 28 billion, bigger than any other department. Who do you think's paying for that? Or you think Donald Trump's paying out of his rug pull crypto money, or his pardon bribery money, or any of it? Like, are you stupid? That's our tax dollars at work against us, violating our constitutional rights. So I guess if you know you don't believe in the Constitution, America, and all that, and you just like paying taxes to be oppressed, you're fine. For the rest of us, I don't want my tax dollars doing that. I want my tax dollars feeding people, helping disabled people, helping people that can't work. I want to help in elderly people. I want to help in young kids. I want to educate in the morons. I see them in the chat. The morons. I want you educated. You need to be educated. My God, your life must be scary, you know? Because I remember when I was uneducated, you know, when I was little, and you didn't know about stuff. So you'd be terrified. You'd be like, oh, it's very scary. And then you learn about it. And you go, oh, it's not that scary. Shit, Bigfoot can't get me. But that's what it is. These people operate so stupid that they're driven by fear. They have no logic, no rationale, no nothing. Plato's Cave allegory. Tarot Queen 9118. Tarot Queen, are you subscribed and notification belled? I don't know which. Are you subscribed and ringle dingled up? We're not gonna call it that. Please don't ever call it that. I'm tired. Tarot Queen. Do you do tarot on YouTube? Starfire. A constitutionalist, so I can't support our president because he's using the Constitution like toilet paper. Actually, doing an episode on BlackRock might be producing for some of these folks. Oh, Dusty, that's Dusty. Are you in the Discord? I redid the link in the Discord. Please connect with me in the Discord. Velocity of currency, interesting. It's the puppet show. Yep. Plato's Cave allegory. Hi, yes, I am, and yes, I do. I used to have it in a while, not on here. Oh, are you on TikTok? Come back to YouTube. Come back to YouTube, Tarot Queen. I was going to say, I'll go watch some of your videos. Some of these tarot astrologers have been hitting the mark for me, and it's fun to watch. So it'd be interesting. I really hope you start creating again. We need more artistic types. I'm sick of AI. I'm sick of all these capitalists or wannabe capitalists or workers thinking they're capitalists. We need more creatives. We need more Bunk Bed Coffin. This is the artist I'm going to play for you right now. I need to listen to a little bit of him, and I'll read some comments. Vietnam was the last time we, the people, stood up against our government on a level that lives to this day. The young people of today give me hope that America is still alive. The young and old, that hot chick, that's a good name. I can't believe I got that. That's a cool name. But yes, and look to see, that's a great point. Vietnam was when the Black Panthers spoke out, Martin Luther King spoke out, the hippies, the yippies, Abby Hoffman spoke out. There were beautiful things happening. You need to study that period of history to understand what we need to do today, but we need to amp it up a little bit. That's why it's so, it makes my soul feel so full. You know how in kids in school they say, like, be a bucket filler? seeing the Black Panthers out in the streets is bucket filling for me because I know what they have done for the American people of all colors, um, and what they've pushed for. And if you don't think the Black Panthers were powerful, just look at Fred Hampton's story. Okay, seriously, the government doesn't act if they don't feel threatened, and the full weight of the government came down on Fred Hampton, and they murked him. Rest in peace, Chairman Fred. Let's play a little Screaming Mime.
All right, here goes nothing.
This is Bunk Bed Coffin. I love him. I'll read some comments. Awesome, Dusty. No kings. The original clapper. Moved to Cuba. They got a lung cancer vaccine.
I wanna be everything what I am. I try to get away from me if I can. 'Cause it's hard to fade, hard to fade.
He's so good. He's so fucking good. By the way, if you're new here, this is my show. I'm Rob. I'm a former addict. And before you go, oh, former addict, I love this. I'm going to pause it. That's Bunk Bed Coffin, local grunge rock artist here on YouTube. Please go subscribe to him. If you had trouble remembering, it's down in the description. And that song is Screaming Mime. I'm going to finish playing it. But, you know, I share that I'm clean and sober because I think it's very important because there are people out there that are still struggling and maybe they haven't even realized it yet. They just know a lot's wrong and they go to whatever vice it is for relief, which I understand. I get it. In times like this, you see self disappearing acts go up, you see abuse go up, you see all these things happen, right? So I started saying that. Well, Alma can vouch for me. I would talk about it on the radio too. And I'll be clean 6 years next month. That is fucking rad. That is rad, Tarot Queen. I love to hear it. Keep coming back one day at a time. I'm not a big program guy, but I believe in it. Good God, some of these pathetic losers. Is that all you do? Is talk shit in the comments? What a sad existence. Show your face, coward. Go do a live stream and say that shit to me. Go do a live stream and say that shit to me, you coward. Now, my apologies, Starfire, Dusty, Rad, Tarot Queen. My apologies. Let me get back to my point. And I share that. And even when I was in Boston on the radio, I would talk about getting clean. And people thought it was hilarious to shit on junkies, you know? And guys would call in and go, why should we listen to you, junkie? And I would go, well, because we're talking about drugs. And they go, we'll listen to the professional. Who's a professional? You mean a doctor who studied at a college? I lived it. I watched friends die from it. I watched family die from it. I would consider myself of such a fucking professional drug user that you should hang my fucking number in the rafters. You understand me? So when I talk about shit, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So when I talked to Governor Charlie Baker and I said, we're going to legalize cannabis, right? And you're not going to impede that? Because he was talking about maybe vetoing the fucking ballot measure. And when we legalize recreational cannabis, a lot of benefits happen because it is a medicine, just like psilocybin. But the other important thing was Charlie Baker said, I'm going to have a team look into it because the opioid epidemic reminds me of cannabis. And this was a rich kid who's probably thought smoking pot was for hippies and long-haired people, which is technically not wrong, but, you know, he thought it was like the scary fucking devil's weed. And he had not a clue that I've never, in my decades on this earth, have met somebody that was like, I can't touch that weed. It's just like heroin, you know? Like, that doesn't exist. And this guy was the governor and thought that. Fucking moron. And now he's like the president of the NCAA. Not qualified for that either, but these people fail upwards because they're rich. So I share that with people because I need you to understand my background, where I come from, that I have lived experience in certain things. And I hate when these people go, oh, how many businesses have you owned? None of your fucking business. That's what it is. But I don't think it takes somebody to do something all the time to speak on it. And if that's the case, then fucking put some respect on my name when I talk about things. But it's an important thing. Why? Because there's people struggling. And I just want those people to know, whether you're drinking tonight, whether you're using tonight, whether you're gaming tonight, whatever it is, there's hope. I'm living proof. Okay? Addiction is an illness, and I can't stand people who have no empathy on the topic. My brother died from heroin, so I'm not amused with the ignorance. Yeah, well, listen, is that Liz? Liz. My heart feels that sentiment. And what's shocking for me is the amount of people who feign like they're fucking tough guys and want to make fun of, what they call junkies or whatever, when they're claiming to be in America. Because I'm like, how can you live in America over the past 20 years with the Sackler family and Purdue Pharma raging hell on our communities with OxyContin and lying about it and doctors lying about it, and like still come away that fucking removed, like it hasn't affected you? It didn't affect. Just so you know, Liz, my brother, I haven't talked to him in years. I don't know if he's alive, and he's been living on the streets, for a long time. And people, come up with these stories of why drug addicts and homeless people are. But I can just tell you, our parents died when we were young, and he had nothing to fall back on. Nothing. He lived with me. I tried to help him best I can, but I was deep in addiction, a mess. And when you have no family to go and help you, you fall through the cracks, because that's America. That's how we have it set up. And the reason I speak out and I'm a leftist and I fight for the things I fight for is because I would never, ever wish the pain I've endured through my life on another human. And if you're suffering because your family member's homeless and they're addicted and you don't know if they're alive, that's a unique pain that you wouldn't wish on people, because it doesn't go away. It doesn't heal. It doesn't fucking, it haunts you. So I appreciate you sharing, Liz. I appreciate it. Dusty, people don't really understand that drugs act in the body system. There isn't a drug effect that can't be achieved in specific circumstances. I have dilated eyes due to migraines. Yeah, that's true. Of course, everything reacts with everyone differently, unless there's like twins or something, I'm guessing. Keep in mind that a lot of times anxiety disorders will present themselves with pressured speech. It's not just drugs that do that. He's coherent even if you don't agree with him. Well, I also have like ADHD and fucking, you know what I mean? Who knows what? Who knows? But I don't give a rip. Here's the other thing. I've been in the public eye most of my life. I understand these people that can't do what I do, that can't get on a live stream, show their face, and talk about personal issues. They're going to take every moment they can to take shots at me because they're jealous and they're scared. And that's okay. I've dealt with it. You know what I mean? If I let those motherfuckers get in my way, you think I would have done all the things I've done in my life? I look at them and go, try me. Come on. I tell these fucking trolls every day, go do a live stream. Go get 10,000 subscribers and do a live stream. Okay? I'm sure. And here's the thing. If you're a hateful fucking Nazi mongerer, you could get a big audience right now. Might be bots, but you could. Ben Shapiro is looked at as like an intellectual. That's fucking hilarious, right? You understand that. Tim Pool, Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? Like, these people are stupid. There's no other way to put it. There really isn't. Like, have you seen Joe Rogan lately? when Cash Patel came in and he was like, Joe, you know, what does he do with his eyes? He's like, Joe, I'm Cash App Patel. Don't you think I'd be telling you about the Epstein files? And Joe was like, I guess he's right. She's looking at me funny. You know, like he's a joke. He's a fucking husk of a human. And then the next episode, he's like, what am I going to do? Push back? It's like, isn't that what you were known for? Joe Rogan, the guy who like pushed back, had conversations, just curious. And now you're just taking the government's word for the Epstein file. Okay, Joe. Adorable. You're just like the mainstream media. You're just complicit. Let's read some comments. Stop watching Joe Rogan's bullshit. I don't. You know how I get my Joe Rogan, right? I've shared this with you. If you haven't, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I give great recommendations. That's the other thing I do. R.M. Brown, he's a comedian here on YouTube. Very, very funny dude. And he clips like Tim Pool, Pat Bet Davidson, Joe Rogan, all the right-wing manosphere tools. And he breaks it down in a very dry, satirical, hilarious way. So R.M. Brown. Please, you'll have so much fun tonight. If you hate Joe Rogan and those elk, you're going to enjoy it. Oh, let me finish playing. This is Bunk Bed Coffin Screaming Mime. Starfire, you're on fire tonight. Says Joe Rogan was agreeing with flat earthers. I don't know how serious you could take somebody who agrees with flat earthers. Well, listen, I heard the flat earth community has members around the globe. Fucking morons.
They all want the face on the TV screen. It's a wild thing, wild feeling.
RM.
But somehow I keep on there.
I'm a dino earther.
But somehow I'm left there. But somehow
Jesus. Oh my God, you're killing. I think my favorite part of the day is when Charlie Kelly comes in. Well, Dusty, kill me. I'm a dino earther. But Charlie Kelly's here. Charlie, thank you for the $10 super chat. You know him from It's Always Sunny. He's usually in the basement with the can of paint or chasing the rats. Remember when he had the bar run on garbage? Or no. He was running on garbage and nobody knew. But Charlie Kelly is here, everybody. Put some goddamn respect on his name because he said Jesus is a robot, and I will not disagree. I'm guessing that's a nod to Joe Rogan. Oh my God. You guys fucking kill me. Oh my God. You guys kill me. All right, let's. I'm gonna finish. This is Bunk Bed Coffin we're listening to. I put him down in the bottom. Also, it was R.M. Brown. I saw that you saw that. I love Jesus too, but listen, you think I believe in Robo Jesus? Joe Rogan believes in AI Jesus. Did you guys see that? But if you don't think Jesus is coming back as a cyborg and then going down into the lava with a thumbs up, oh no, that was Terminator 2. Sorry. I'm getting my getting my philosophies mixed up.
but somehow
I'll fight you on the Jesus thing. Oh my God, hold on, that's so nice. Kristen and Brad, not gonna pronounce it right, so I'll just leave it at Kristen and Brad. Love your shit, crazy the crap I see on my timeline. I can't keep from talking crazy to them, so of course that's more engagement. Appreciate your efforts. If you haven't repented to AI or Robo Jesus. Oh, I can't wait till the next live. Nobody's gonna get the references about AI Robo Jesus. Well, I appreciate you, Kristen and Brad. And yeah, if you don't think YouTube's trying to feed you right wing fucking, now Charlie Kirk's gone. He was all over the place. He was infiltrating the youth minds with just racist brain rot. So I'm really happy you found me, and I hope you join the family. The Vanguard. Oh, Jess is here. Love you. Let's take a minute to put some respect on her name. How you doing, J666? How is everything? How are you? How are you? How is your soul? Is it lifted up? If it's not, look to Minneapolis. The people, the community there is a beautiful thing. It's inspiring. It's terrifying. It is oppressive. It is fascist. But the people coming out in community like that should be hopeful for all. Hopeful for all. It's a spark of the new revolution. So happy you're here. So happy you're here. It's just Brad. You're famous. Can't believe you replied. I'm not famous, but thanks for clarifying, Brad. I'm glad you commented. Just subbed from Southwest Florida. No shit. We're in Southwest Florida. You by Naples? I had a friend in Naples, and we used to go out into the cow pastures and pick things. If you're in Southwest Florida, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They grow on cow patties. I'm Republican, not MAGA. They're nuts for real. Listen, at this point, we can't discern. Republican Party has absolutely gone along with it. Same with the Democrats. So I would abandon all that shit. But Port Charlotte, 3 hours north. Yeah. I know Port Charlotte. I love Florida, man. I got family down there. A lot of family down there. We need a third party. Yeah. The Socialist Workers Party. You're right. I just want you to think about that. If everybody who worked for a living was like, guys, can we all agree, like, we all should have free healthcare, a house, food, like just bare subsistence level American dream? Like, imagine if we all were like, listen, racists, go shut up and be obedient. But everybody else, if we could just be like everybody else, we just want healthcare, food, housing, and fucking a fair wage for a fair day's work. And then the people who don't want to work, a UBI. And if we could just get together and form one party, the Workers' Party, and just vote for, people in that party, we would shake hands, say, you promise to go and give us healthcare, housing, fair wages, and tax billionaires at 100%. Think about the power we could have. You know what I mean? Let's start it up. Let's do it. Join the Vanguard. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Join the coalition. Let's do that. I mean, this is what I mean. There's a Republican in here who said MAGA's crazy. And I get where he's coming from, or she. I get where they are coming from. But you got to understand, Republicans are complicit in this. They have not excused themselves from the table. They are eating with the Fuhrer right now. You have to understand that. It's why I brag about never being a Democrat, because they're at that table too. Remember what I said? This is a class war. The wealthy people that got wealthy off our taxes, are very well organized. That's why this is happening. If we had any inkling, any smidgen, pinhead, microdose of a party that stood for the citizens, this shit would have been stopped in its tracks. I don't know, when the president got 34 felonies. Who gets 34 felonies and doesn't go to prison? Who? I know people with way less felonies that have spent way more time in prison. Okay? You're describing communism. No, Jesus described communism when he said heaven is a classless, moneyless, stateless, fucking awesome place to be. Hate to break it to you, Black Jesus said heaven's communism. Suck it. We should abolish parties. All for it. All for it. You know what I was reading? Here in Massachusetts, we're trying to push for ranked choice voting again, which I do believe in. And Chris Novoselic of Nirvana, the bassist, is out in the Washington State area of the Cascade Party trying to push for ranked choice voting. So we don't have this electoral college that derives itself from slavery. Yeah, but Starfire, here's your advice, not working. Your advice is to keep your mind open, vote on issues, not party lines. But a lot of these people will chirp, chirp, chirp and not deliver. That's kind of why people say, oh, he talks like a politician, because they promise shit they'll never do. I.e., Donald Trump. I'll release the Epstein files, said it on Fox News. I mean, there's a million. I'm not going to go into them. But the thing is we need one of us. And I mean, working class. Working class is one of us. Mamdani went in there. He already made childcare free for the next whatever budget year, next year, 2027. For 2-year-olds, for little kids. He's already putting 9,000 more bathrooms in New York. He's like, while this fascist regime is oppressing people all over the United States and violating Americans' constitutional rights, Mamdani has been slowly, in these 2 weeks, working on delivering on everything he promised on. Isn't that amazing? So, again, I just don't know any American that doesn't want a home, healthcare, and food. Do you know anyone that doesn't want a home, healthcare, or food? Like, that's what leftists want. And we want it paid for by the billionaire class, the Epstein class, sorry. So it's like, if you can show me somebody who's like, nope, I don't want a home or food. I'll take a little bit of healthcare, but I have to pay exorbitant amounts for it. Like, I don't know those people, And I don't give a shit your party, because if I asked you, after a doctor's visit or whatever kind of tragedy in your family, most likely you're going to go, the fucking cost. And that's uniquely American. Medical debt. It's an American thing. The bus should be free. Yeah, it's paid for by our taxes. It's just like tolls on the road, It's like, when was that road paid off? Why are we still fucking paying tolls on it? Where's that money going? To the cops to pull me over when I fucking, need to do something? Get out of here. We want free healthcare. We want good wages, and people should own the means of production. That's my comrade right there. I love you. We have to understand, of course, that we can have all the systems. We can have socialist healthcare and housing and food, then communist farms, then private-owned businesses that are maintained smaller. Yeah, maintained smaller by the workers, That's true democracy. Think about that. Instead of one boss telling you what to do and you have no say, if you believe in this thing called democracy, you would want the workers to decide what to do. It's so amazing that they've propagandized Americans to hate their own fucking power. That's what they've done. They've stripped you of your power, and they want you to just be subservient and obedient. God damn. We would still have capitalism and money, but imagine if we didn't. Oh my God, that's the dream. Imagine no money. Like, we make enough shit. We make too much shit. That's why there's landfills, Like, we make too much stuff. Anyways, again, Jesus described communism. Communism. Let me get the exact definition for you. Hold on. Political economic ideology aiming for a classless society with common ownership of production, abolishing private property and money, with wealth distributed by need, often achieved via revolutionary state controlling resources as theorized by Karl Marx and Frederick Engels, but implemented in practice through single-party states like the USSR, China, Cuba, leading to centralized control, state-run economies, and suppressions of freedoms, though its ultimate goal is a stateless, egalitarian society where the state withers away. So did you hear that? With wealth distributed by need. You know who else said that? Jesus. Go see, just Google, Jesus talks to rich guy. And the rich guy comes up to him and he goes, I want to follow you. What can I do? And Jesus goes, go sell all your things, give the money to the poor. Distribute the wealth to the people who need it. Jesus was a communist. Oh, Joel Osteen's not going to like that because, you know, he's a grifter. But that's just the truth. Unless you want to mince Jesus's words into something else, Jesus said, take the money, give it to the poor. Howard. Where is he? Howard. Unions make the world go round. Just walk in the shop. I do dream of it. Just most people act like you can't do an intermediate thing. I personally have seen so much waste. I got a working Xbox from the trash. Yeah. Hey, Kevin. Shut your hole. You have to be quiet for 24 hours, Kevin. You know, you should have some respect when you come into somebody's live stream. Your parents raised you wrong. Were you raised by feral swine? That's how you're behaving. All right, guys. So now that we figured out Jesus, Robo Jesus was a communist, and he's going to come back and be pissed. Like, what do these capitalists think, you know, when they're doing shit in the name of God? Do they think like God was like, please exploit the workers and make them suffer for their health care? Take away their homes via medical debt? Like, what fucking prayers are they doing? Starfire, you don't have to believe in me, but I planted the seeds, Starfire. I planted the seeds. That's what I do. I'm a gardener. That's what I am. I'm a gardener. I plant seeds. You can't unhear what you just heard. And knowing America, most likely there's some kind of Jesus around you, and that's always going to haunt you. That Jesus told people to redistribute their wealth, just like communism. And then when he described heaven, it was a classless, moneyless, stateless utopia. I don't know. How can all these people believe in Jesus and then capitalism? Jesus was a communist. And that's not my opinion. I just read the Bible and then read the definition of communism. And I go, oh, heaven is a classless, moneyless state where everybody's needs are met. There's no suffering. Goodbye, David. There's no toxic form of capitalism. Capitalism is the toxic form. It's what led us to this. It's why we have recessions and the greatest economic crisis of our time every few years. It's planned. That's why hold on. That's why we have to bail out the farms, even though we're not on a farm. That's why we have to bail out AIG, Citigroup, or Bear Stearns, even though we've never used them. We didn't own a house in 2008, but we had to bail out the house loaners. So, you know, that's capitalism. If you wonder why everybody last election was worried about price of egg, capitalism. They provide scarcity to jack up the prices while they keep your wages low and strip you of your workers' rights. And voila. They get your tax money for a bailout when they fucking mismanaged it because they were giving their CEO friends in the C-suite golden parachutes of millions of dollars, even though the company couldn't afford it, but they didn't care because they were going to go out anyways, and they were just stripping that company for parts. This is capitalism. Learn about it. You live in the system. Understand it. It's important. Francis is here? No, come on. Oh my God. How are you, my LA friend? Talking about going back to California, Francis and Alma. So, I don't know, my bones are too cold. We might have to go back out to SoCal. And if we do, we'll have a meetup. We'll all go to Disney World. Imbibe in some capitalism, some mouse capitalism. I want everyone to have healthcare, food, and a house over their head at a minimum. I don't want these people to suffer just to exist. We should all want these things for everyone. Thank you, Benzo Scarlet. I agree. All right, guys. Christians are called to be giving and generous. How that is achieved is going to be different depending on where you live. No, it's not. See, that's a don't pervert Jesus's words. Starfire, I like you, but I gotta correct you. Jesus didn't put an asterisk on healing people, welcoming strangers, loving your neighbor, loving God, feeding people. Jesus said, "You want to follow me? Live like me." What did he do? He just healed people. He hung out with the outcast, the marginalized. He loved everybody. When they dragged that harlot out to him and everybody was holding stones and they were ready to stone her, he said, "Okay, who doesn't have a sin? You throw the first stone." And all you heard was boom, 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 stones hitting the ground. And then he said, "I love you. Just go about your way. Don't do that anymore." It's not going to look different. I'm sorry. It's not. Jesus didn't say, "Well, depending on if you're in America in 2026, my beliefs are going to look like healthcare tied to work." That's just not what the Bible says. It's just not. That's why I'm so puzzled at how these fucking Christians think they're Christian. Like, they're supporting the most anti-Christian system in the history of fucking America. You understand, Starfire, you understand, Jesus was political. He started a revolution. Roman Catholics are just the Roman Empire co-opting Jesus's message. Jesus was killed by the state. They were like, this dude's causing a ruckus. He is healing people, feeding people. This dude, he was a political activist of that time. Man, I gotta start doing my church on Sundays. I have a church, the Church of Radical Communion. I gotta start doing it again because these people are, oh my God, who is your pastor? I'm an ordained reverend, by the way. So if anyone needs to get married, let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Get belled up. Starfire, I'm going to keep planting seeds with you. I'm going to keep. All right, guys. I got to go. Much love. J666, so good to see you. Dusty, amazing to see you. Alma, Starfire, on fire tonight. That's why you got that name. All right, and everybody else, I forget, Brad, Benzo Scarlet. Francis, that's right, Francis was here. Rad's still here? Get out of here. You were so quiet. Rad, Matthew 28:35, Matthew 19:12, Numbers 5:11-31. Okay, making me do work? Fine, fine. What did I hit? What did you say, Matthew? 28:35. Matthew 18:35. There's no 28:35. Let's try that. Oh wait, the unforgiving servant. So my heavenly Father also we will do to you if each of you from his heart does not forgive his brother his trespasses. Is that one? Matthew 27:35. The verse describes the soldiers mocking Jesus by putting a scarlet robe on him and a crown of thorns and staff, and kneeling, say, "Hail, King of the Jews," before leading him away to be crucified, killed by the state. 1912 though. Let's go to 1912. Let's see what that is. 3 types of eunuchs. Those born that way, those made eunuchs by others, like court servants, and those who make themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake, referring to individuals who choose celibacy or life without marriage. You were throwing me the fuck off. what you're telling me, but anyways. All right, guys. Thank you though. Thank you, Rad, for the 199 super chat. I appreciate you guys. All right, have a great night. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus very much. I don't agree with you politically. Guarantee you there is nothing more dangerous than trying to create a theocracy. Oh, I'm not. Oh, I'm not. That's the other thing I love about our America. You do whatever the fuck you want. You kidding? I would never, ever, 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 ever. And that's just what Jesus tells me. Remember, Jesus said, you bring people to me by the way you live. So there might be someone who goes, that's fucking rad. This guy wants everyone fed. Look at that. He helps these people, you know? That's how you bring people to Jesus. Jesus didn't conquest anyone. Jesus, just look at how he lived, you know? People were like, he's feeding everyone, he's healing everyone. Look at who he's hanging out with and treating them with respect and loving them. Look at, he's washing their feet. Remember that? Who was it? Was it Paul? Paul was like, you ain't gonna wash my feet. Jesus was like, if you don't let me wash your feet, you're not mine. And he's like, wash my head, my hands, my feet, everything. He's like, give me a full baby bath, little bird bath. I want you to have your religious freedom and me to have mine. Exactly, Dusty. If you want to worship Mother Goddess, Source, fucking, what, I don't know. Thoth, I don't give a shit. Hecate, Mescalito, I don't care, you know? I don't. I love you. I love you more because of it. Because that shit's rad. There's something in me that I can't ignore, you know? I met God. That sounds crazy. But I can't ignore that. So I share it because I believe in the message of feeding, housing, healing, loving. You know, life's essentials. Book of Enoch. I love the Book of Enoch. Have you read the Urantia? Jesus played the harp when he was a kid. Fucking radical book. Mary Magdalene wanted to wash his feet with oil, but Judas got pissed. That's right, he did. And you know what? He was like, you could sell this. There's poor people whenever. When Mary did wash his feet with oil, and Jesus was like, you dumb, or Judas was like, you dumb bitch, we could have sold that for money and gave it to the poor. And Jesus was like, you'll always have the poor with you, foreshadowing America 2026, the working poor. And he's like, but you won't always have me. And women played a very important role with Jesus. You know, they were first to discover him. They were the ones that he raised their brother from the dead. Like, such important roles played the women. And I hate that the Catholic Church dismissed that. Idiots. Anyways, trickle up care economy. That's funny, Tea Party. I think everyone should try ayahuasca. I don't know what you can advocate on here, but I like your comment, Chad. But you have to be ready. You can't just go willy-nilly and do it. Let's be very clear on that. Your, you know, soul has to be aligned. The plant. Yeah, but you have to make it into the drink. And then you got to throw that drink up to go on a magical experience. Hi from Russia. How are you? We're suffering in America. You know, our president is a puppet to yours. So, you know, tough shit. But hello. Good to have you here, I think. Depends what kind of Russian are you. Who's that dude that he killed in prison? I really like that dude. Putin killed activist in prison. What was his name? What was his name? Navalny. Are you a Navalny fan? Because that will decide a lot. It's a pretty common de-stress supplement. No, it is not. Dusty, I think you're thinking of the wrong thing. Or can you get ayahuasca? I know you have to have a church and it has to be part of a religious ceremony, and there's one in Tennessee that does ayahuasca outside of traveling to South America, which you probably can't do right now. Algorithm brought me back. Must be Kismet. Kismet? I don't know what that means. Hi from Chicago. Do re mi. Chi-town. Yeah, we got family all over the place, so make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. And I'll be, Columbia has a great place. Yeah. Chad, join the Discord. All right, guys, I gotta get going. Uh, but I appreciate you. Much love, much respect. We'll be back. You guys see this one? Difference between humans and animals. Animals will never allow the dumbest of them to lead the herd. My God. And look at this. I forgot to show you guys this. Getty photographer was tackled by 50 agents while he was covering a Whipple. He threw his camera to another photographer to prevent it from being confiscated. This is so crazy. And then this is the guy's name, Pierre Levy. And he says, "Yes, this is me. I threw my Leica. It landed at a top plate, hardly a scratch. Another photographer grabbed it along with my phone. I was able to track him later. I was held face down, tear gas deployed right in front of me, and pepper sprayed directly into the eye. This is a war crime. This is like an international war crime to be attacking the press. You know, this is crazy. This is unprecedented for America. Okay, Navalny, yeah." I meant Scar, not Mufasa. What is going on? Yeah, if you guys didn't see this, this happened. These thugs, now I can't even call them thugs because Tupac said thugs were the hate you give. Uh, what did he say? Thug life. The hate you give little infants fucks everybody. So thug life, I have too much respect for it because of Tupac. The hate you give little infants fucks everybody. That's what thug life means. So I refuse to call them thugs because I won't put any respect on their name. So the Popsicle Boy Proud Boys did that. Yeah, photo of the year, Rad, right? That, oh my goodness, I didn't even consider that. I'm glad you're still here. Photo, that has to be photo of the fucking year. That is powerful. IDF training ice, yep. In 47 days. A bunch of Fruit Loops, ices. Haven't I heard that one story yet? I'm constantly ice news. They're just so many. They're doing so many. Well, this was Steve Bannon. This is why he said, what did Steve Bannon say? Hold on. Steve Bannon, remember when old Stevie, looks like a melted potato, Bannon said,
"As God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included."
Yeah, you are, and I can't wait. I hope you rot and die in prison because Steve Bannon said that. Exactly what you're saying, Dusty. They're going to do so much stuff you can't keep up with it. It will be impossible to keep track. But thank God there's photo evidence. So maybe he's just an idiot and didn't realize, like, oh, we can film this shit. And they leaked the list of names of ICE agents, so we know who did it. And yes, Steve, you and all your Proud Boy friends will go to prison forever. Judge ruled it as well. Yeah, somebody was saying that to me in my post today, and I said, yeah, but just good luck going out there and saying, no, a judge said you can't. You know, these people are Proud Boys. They don't care. They have no respect for anybody. And that's what I'm trying to get across. Like, you see, that's a white photographer named Pierre. If you think you're safe, you are fucking dumber than dirt. And I don't even mean to insult dirt like that, but no, nobody's safe. It's an old Union saying, an injury to one is an injury to all. And that's how you should feel, America. Once they violate one person's rights, you should feel like yours were violated. That's how the country works. It's very important to understand this. They're confederales. They are. Ryan, can I please steal that? I'm taking that from you. I'll give you credit. Oh my God. Oh, Matthew 25:35. For I was hungry, you gave me food. I was thirsty, you gave me drink. A stranger, and you welcomed me. Rad, thank you. And then they go, when did we do any of those? And I was imprisoned, and you visited me. And then everybody's like, when did we do that, Jesus? And he was like, if you did it to the least of you, you've done it to me. Amazing verse. Thank you for that. What is that, Matthew 25:35? I gotta remember that. Confederales. That's so funny. Yeah, I love that scripture. People forget that. All right, guys. Much love. Thank you guys for all the comments today. See, this is what I wanted on a weekend. I wanted some chill. I love dirt, but at least it's useful. Like MAGA. Until they're pushing up flowers. Bannon's time Mad cover looks like dying Darth Vader at the end of the Jedi. It's very true. Like the melted Darth Vader. My Christ. All right, guys. If you haven't, please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Much love to you. And stay safe out there. Stay educated and do some reading. I'm reading an amazing book. I'll bring it downstairs next time. I gotta show you this fucking book I'm reading. It's so miraculous. I'll put it in the Discord. And we have a Discord in the description. We have a book club. I'll throw it in there. Okay. Have a good one. Peace.